Reality is straightforward. People who overthink and lack understanding of how reality works are the ones who make it appear complicated and difficult. There have been times when I was the one who overcomplicated the manifestation process by becoming stuck and dwelling on various questions. I lacked faith in the process. I thought too hard and tried to figure out everything just so I wouldn't make any mistakes. And many of us do this, but we need to realize we're hindering the process. You will soon realize there are no mistakes, only evidence of what you assume. My goal here is to inspire you to stop asking questions. Stop second-guessing yourself and start living the life you desire, since everything else is a philosophy and a waste of time. You and God are one. God is all there is and made everything from himself. He is the ocean within you, and you are the wave within him. You will understand he loves you and wants to offer you whatever you desire. If you only knew how much he adores you, you would burst into tears of joy. He made you as a vessel for his capabilities, and to God, anything is possible. He gave you your conscious mind to pick what you want, and your subconscious mind to impress it with what you desire by feeling the joy of the outcome. There is nothing you can think of that God cannot make. It is correct to say that the only restriction is what you can envision. In this example, overcomplicating involves focusing too much on external reflection. Reacting to what you unknowingly manifest and focusing on the undesirable is insisting on the present reflection. God did not give you all of these instruments to focus on what you do not want, but he gave you free will, which will manifest itself. People who ponder about sickness and how to avoid it, only to become ill, are proof of this. The subconscious exists to impress it with what you desire, not what you wish to avoid. If you continue to assume that the exterior is the true reality, you will remain in those circumstances. Understanding your surroundings is only a 3D representation of what you are unknowingly entertaining within. This implies it reflects what you have assimilated into your belief system. You have blamed yourself for the apparent restriction of your environment. The conscious mind is masculine energy and serves as a tool for focusing on desired things. A man's subconscious mind is his feminine side. According to Neville, the subconscious mind is all-powerful and is subordinate to the conscious mind and its purpose. Their connection is that of lovers. Much like going to the store and selecting what you want to take home, you continuously pick what you want to experience by using your concentration. Impress your subconscious like a lover, but only with what you desire to manifest in your life. Do not be afraid of anything. If a thought is a good thought, meaning it makes you feel good, it comes from God, and you may trust it completely. If the thinking is negative, it will make you agitated. Then it stems from limiting ideas instilled in you by your immediate surroundings. These beliefs originate from an evil force that is constantly fighting to make man believe he is weak. Don't trust what you're thinking. If you choose not to believe them, you will deprive it of energy and therefore triumph. You are matched with hearing this right now because you are ready to wake up to the realization that you created your own fate. So far, you have relied on others to tell you who you are. This has led to your deception, since they were projecting their perceived limiting constraints onto you, and you were running on it. However, anything does not make it real just because the majority swears by it to materialize a proof of their views. There is nothing more or less. Every one of us is exclusively responsible for ourselves. Dissolving the limiting constraints entails focusing the power of purpose and imagination in the name of God to produce what you desire with complete devotion to your vision. God is bountiful and wants to provide you with all you require for a good existence here. He puts your ideas to life. He created you in the essence of reality. The path to a good existence is thus acquired by harnessing the power of concentrated attention and allowing it to color your emotional frequency. He knows you're ready to hear this, which is why he brought you here. The Bible, the Quran, the Torah, and the Book of Tao are all texts that describe thoughts. What we focus on, He, the Almighty, brings into being. Imagine your life is a movie, and everyone around you is you disguised as a different character, each doing their part according to the screenplay you have in your head. Your freedom of will implies that you are scripting the screenplay with your concentrated ideas and assumptions, and that you have surrendered your concentration to your heart's desire. When an inner condition is not made conscious, it happens outside as fate, stated famous psychologist Carl Jung. He also claimed, Unless you make the unconscious conscious, it will influence your life, and you will call it fate. Please don't trust the negative ideas since they originate from the unconscious and appear merely to be recognized. If you have a notion that makes you feel helpless, remind yourself that you love yourself and it will slip away. Do not entertain it. Instead, be kind to yourself. Make it conscious. This is a manifestation of your subconscious mind, appearing solely to be acknowledged and loved so that it might be integrated with your conscious mind. Give it what it requires without suppressing it. Negative ideas do not belong to you since they reflect a lack of faith handed down to you by your environment or even family members, as most are afraid and disconnected from a fundamental truth. They unconsciously underestimate God's abilities. You are amazing. You are a vessel for the Supreme Being. I implore you to appreciate His design of you and His capacity to create anything you focus on. Fears and anxieties are all illusions. Worrying manifests what you desire to avoid. You were not designed to use your thoughts for this purpose. Nothing is being done to you. There is nothing beyond your control. You were unconsciously doing it to yourself, and the sooner you realize this and admit to voluntarily creating the life you want, the sooner you can find peace in your life. To compose the reflection we can then perceive with our senses, we must turn within our imagination the actual reality. Consciousness is all, and all is consciousness, Neville said. The only change necessary is the manifestation of your goal accomplished. You must ask yourself these questions in order to embody this sensation. What am I looking for, and how would I feel if I got it? Please write down your answers and experiment with them. It's your life, your movie, and according to Neville and my personal experience, this is the proper way to pray. Consider these questions. Put your imagination to work for your heart. If God tells you right now that you can be anyone you want to be, select it, and He will give it to you. Who would you be? The ideal response will be full of passion and delight. You will understand your true fate and limiting beliefs if you do not give energy to negative thoughts. They were merely naively obstructing you. Feel a change in your body. The sensation is what causes the condition to alter. Even if it does not arrive immediately, you must endure. This is all you actually need to do. It's easy, and all it takes is practice. Keep track of your emotions. These insights can help you reconnect with your body and avoid operating on autopilot. When we are on autopilot, we are ignorant of how we are showing up energetically and what we are attracting for ourselves. When you get up in the morning, how do you feel? Set your intention for the day first thing in the morning. Suppose we respond to our unconscious manifestations that we don't desire during the day. In that case, we are allowing them to continue. It's ridiculous. Embodying the sensation of having your want met is one technique to put your desired state on autopilot. You've been producing your entire life and don't need a strategy to do so. It was given to you at birth. However, in order to acquire what you want, you must first create the illusion that you already have it. Don't go from one method to the next or from one teacher to the next in search of a secret. Using too many diverse strategies might lead to frustration. Take a step back and be brutally honest if this happens. Have you been feeling and living the satisfying state of desire? Or have you been aggravating yourself with various techniques? Embody the emotion and live from it as much as possible during the day. Trust me, it will become routine. Have faith in God. He wants to offer you all you need and require, but you must trust Him. He adores you completely. He can easily construct whatever you can think of. Do you believe you have the ability to manifest? Do you think God exists within you and communicates with you through your heart? Do you feel your imagination is an actual reality? It's okay if you're unsure. Practice leads to mastery. You will only be persuaded after you see the outcomes. All you need to get started is a desire to try it out for yourself. Go to bed every night, imagining yourself to be a master at manifesting and that you completely understand how this works. I promise you will be impressed with what is possible. Your mind defines form, and the reflection has a delay. That is all you need to accomplish if you stick to your goal and don't question yourself in the meanwhile. Everything happens to those who embody the outcome. This eliminates opposition. Therefore, the law cannot fail. If you find that you are no longer in that feeling condition during the day, don't become irritated, doubt yourself, and definitely don't judge yourself. Instead, thank yourself for recognizing the awareness you have and return to your manifestation stage. Living in the condition of having it is living the life of your dreams. As a result, it should be enjoyable rather than frustrating. There is nothing you cannot do or achieve. Don't trust anyone who claims differently. Most people are still in the dark about the nature of our reality, so be true to yourself. Give it a fair chance to persuade you. There are endless alternatives, and you may select from any of them. People respond to their surroundings and indulge the victim mindset rather than creating the circumstances they desire. I am confident that you are on your road to becoming a real creative. I'm sure it's happening for you. I know because I see it in my imagination. God intends to provide your heart's desire through you. Put your imagination to work for your heart and begin thanking God for what He wants to deliver to the world through you. Take it with appreciation and pleasure. Never forget that people who become conscious their imagination is the true reality have discovered the essence of reality and are on their path to mastering it. I've said too much, so I'll see you in the next video, so be sure to subscribe.